Well, if you went to the government offices recently and tried to get a grant to help pay your rent, mortgage, utilities, stuff like that, even daycare, you're probably just going to the wrong office. Now, sure, some places it may be gone, but they're starting up all over again, new money, old money that they haven't spent. It's still crazy time out there. So if somebody says, no more money, and stop jumping on the bed, no, you can't do that. You have to keep digging. Now here's some programs just came out yesterday, okay? San Mateo County is now going to give out $250 million to rent and mortgage people. You know, wow, $250 million. They haven't given all the way. And also what they've done is for child care and earning centers and other education programs, they're still giving it out. They're shoveling out the door. You know, but again, it's not advertised. You won't know about. What most people know about are the national programs. So something like the stimulus program from the IRS or the PPP program, things like that. But what you're really missing is the big enchilada, and that's locally. Now here's Montana. No, this is West Virginia. Sorry. Here's what they're going to pay up to, and this is new. You know, just starting up to $15,000 for past due mortgage payments, or past due utilities up to $2,500 for past due utility payments. Wow. You know, property tax payments they're also paying for, and other housing costs up to $5,000 for other housing costs and $300 for internet assistance, and here $500 for certain down payment loans. Wow, there's even down payment money in that thing. So you don't even have to have a house, you know, and the income, it depends on where you live. I mean, so if somebody, and every program has different income requirements. So if you have one program that says, oh, you can't make more than $50,000, there'll be another one that can't make more than $100,000. That's why it's a numbers game. You have to keep looking, keep digging, and just don't rely on the internet. Here, Florida is starting Wednesday, July 20th, okay? Wednesday, they're starting a program, give up to $8,000, okay? And that's through the Community Block Grant Program. $8,000 for housing, mortgage assistance, and also up to 3 months of costs they'll do. Property tax must be listed, must not be listed for sale, and there's the requirements, but you go to the office, find out what the requirements, and do it. But that's in Florida, and that's a county in Florida. Every county will be different. So when you hear about one grant, it doesn't say that's the same requirements where you are. You have to check locally, and you can't check only one place. You have to check many places because every grant has a different thing going on. Albuquerque just started on July 17th, okay? They started the program July 17th. Residents can begin submitting applications for $21 million to be eligible family for rental assistance. So this is a brand new program in Albuquerque, New Mexico for rental assistance. Maybe you don't live in Albuquerque, that's all right. You gotta look where you are, you know, and find out about these programs because they're not gonna come to you. You gotta go to them. So whether it's San Mateo, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Florida, you know, West Virginia, Montana, all these programs are there, and that's just a sample. I mean, there's other ones that started yesterday, other ones that started the day before, other ones that could close today, and other ones that close tomorrow. So it's a moving target, and this is what's going on. It's such a big, you know, new thing for our country. It's not like Social Security, we always have it, we'll always be there. No, these are programs that come and go, but they're more than Social Security. So that's why you've got to be aware of these stuff. I mean, just in these programs alone, it's something like an average of $14,000 for everybody. You know, wow. I mean, that's incredible to me. But it doesn't come easily because they don't advertise. If they were making money from you, then you'd know about it. They'd be advertising and they'd be sending you emails and all this kind of stuff because they're going to get money from you. But people who give money to you don't advertise. So you got to find them. Okay, what's the best way to do it? The best way is to probably get ready to make 10 to 20 phone calls. Okay, you hear that? Are you ready to make 10 or 20 phone calls? That's what's going to find these for you. And really for you to see what the landscape is where you live. You have to search that landscape. You go out and see what the environment is, and that's by making a bunch of phone calls. And who are you going to call? You go to 211.org. and then you go to findhelp.org. Those two programs, because everybody you find in those two websites give money. They don't take money. Google, all you'll find are websites that give you take your money. 211.org and findhelp.org and letsgohelp.com. We're the only .com website that just shows you places that give you money. And that's what we're all about. It's just showing you the alternatives in life. You're going to know about the options you have for spending money. You don't know about the options you have for getting money, and particularly getting free money. I don't know if that's the White House or what. I'm down at the base of Georgetown, which used to be a nightlife and a hoi polloi section of town. It still is hoi polloi, but it's not so much the nightlife anymore. That sort of went away. Georgetown University is here. It's still big, but they have a big wharf area where I'm sitting by the water here. Maybe you could see. Can I flick this? There. Oh, there's not going. And down this side, there's a guy down here. He's singing. Maybe you hear him. So it's a.
Years ago, I helped you find your car.
Oh, really?
You and your wife were walking around. Is it the one that's painted with all those question marks?
Yeah. See, this fella here is saying he helped me find my car. That's why I put the questions for it. I used to fly away for 5 days, come back to the airport in the parking lot. Didn't know. The driver knew where it was. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, that's why I even have question marks on my car, because I could never find the damn thing if I go away in the airport parking lot. But I get on the truck, the bus that drive you around to find the car, and they knew where it was because they pass it every day. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah, and that's what's neat about being weird. You don't get lost, and actually it makes people smile. So that's another thing. But back to the grants. I mean, it really takes effort on your part. There is no one easy answer. You better get ready. I mean, there may be easy. I mean, it's not impossibly easy, but a lot of times, that's when people give up. If they think it's easy and it doesn't come easily, then they don't go to the extra mile. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, let's start at the beginning. You may have to go the extra mile to find something, okay? May not, but you may. So let's get ready for that, okay? And that's what it's all about, I think. That's what's so neat for doing this for 40 or 50 years now. I went through all the things, and particularly that I don't have to, scrape by for my own rent money every day. And that's why we give out our own grants. The money we make extra from after paying ourselves, we give back to members in grants. So we give now $35,000 in grants. So if you're a member, then find the application. It's on both the websites, and we'll enter your application. Then it ends. The application deadline is August 4th. Okay, that's when the deadline is over. Okay, so you have to have the application in. But if you miss that, we'll have another one next month. And if you don't win for this August 4th, you could apply again next month and keep applying until you get one. So there's only one per member, per customer, so to speak, because we want as many people. And to see what we also do with that grant is to show you how easy it is to apply. Everybody thinks, oh, I gotta, get a PhD in grant writing or something. You gotta get nothing except, from your heart. Tell us what you need $1,000 for. And the other grants are easy too. Some are easier because it's just fill in the blanks. We're asking you to write a sentence. The others probably never even ask you to write a sentence, more than fill in the blanks. Where your address is, how old you are, stuff like that. And that's all it takes. Don't get scared. People say, oh, some complicated, the applications, grant applications are. Some are, that's true. But you bet. Now she's got to take a lens off her camera. Thank you. So, and that's what, dressing like this to me is just enhanced my life so much. It's just that people treat me nicer. They don't know who the hell I am or anything, know my work or whatever. But it just makes people smile, and that's why I feel, boy, it's almost like an obligation. If I could just dress like an idiot, which I enjoy doing, it makes people smile. Man, That's a twofer, a threefer, a trifecta, whatever you want to call it. It's just wonderful fun. And people just keep walking by and smiling. And that, I used to get free upgrades on the airline when I used to travel a lot and everything. Man, just treat the weird guy nice, you know? And I guess that's not true everywhere. And you know, some people think I'm an idiot, and that's fine. I'm too busy to worry about that. But the effort that you're going to need to find what you need, help you need. The help is out there. It's just going to take you work that you never thought you have to do, because thank you. Everybody wants to advertise, just do this and life is easy. Just do this, life is easy, as long as you give me money. Well, it's still not easy if you give them money. So don't give them money. I'll show you where to get all that stuff for free. And then you save the money, because that means you could stay in the game longer. See, the key to all this is continually trying. And if you're spending money all the time, you're going to run out of money and you're going to give up the effort and do it. So that's why with my stuff, everything I give you will not cost you money, so you could stay long enough to find what the hell works for you. All things work differently for different people. And if you don't hang in there long enough to find out what works for you, then you're out of the game, and then you go do something that you always hated anyway. And that's what I'm trying to do, is show people they don't have to live that way, that there are options to work on things, to get out of financial trouble, to build things you want to do, to get the education you need without spending money, to get the business you need without spending money, you know, to get the job you need, the job training you need without spending money. All that is definitely true. Take some work on your side, and that's why this is too hard. And then, if you have money, that's okay, because you go out and spend money and have it done. If you don't have money, then you're screwed. And you wind up in the same place you are now, and that's not fair. Because there's stuff out there that you could really use to solve that problem, but nobody teaches you how to get it, how to use it, or whatever. And that's why even on Let's Go Help, not only do we have grants, we send out ourselves to people every month, $35,000. And we're a small company, we just have a handful of people, so this is a lot of money for us. It's not for some of these fat cats in Washington who spend $1,000 on lunch, you know, and that's a crime in itself to me. That's a different story. So we give out the money and help you find these programs, you know, that don't charge money to solve your problems, whether it's a financial problem or anything, things you want to do in life, start a nonprofit, start a business, learn a skill, a trade, or whatever. There's always options in life, but people who teach you about options are usually selling you something, so you're not going to know all the options. You're going to know some of the options, and those options you're going to learn are the ones that cost you money, not the ones that are free. So I'm here to teach you those options that are free. Why pay if you can get it free? Okay, so we're at letsgohelp.com. It's $19.95 for a month. You know, cancel anytime, or you think we're lousy, we'll give you the money back anytime, don't worry. But this is stuff that you're paying for, whether you use it or not. The fat cats use it. I started learning about this stuff from helping Fortune 500 companies find out about that. I would charge $20,000 for the same thing I'm charging $20 for. They don't care. They're making millions of dollars on it. So why doesn't the average person know about it? Because they're not trained. Nobody teaches you that. You know, we teach you about the government. There's 3 branches of government. Who cares? I mean, that's certainly important, but if you're in financial trouble, want to get ahead, it doesn't matter, because it'll take 20 years to change that part. But the stuff that's out there for you to change tomorrow, that's what I teach you. You know, you want to change tomorrow, then you do that through the electoral process. You want to just change tomorrow, you use what's out there now. That's what I teach you. Find out what's out there now, how to use it to your advantage to make your own life different, okay? And if you want to make the world different or the government different, that's a longer term project. But I'll point you in the way how to start doing that if you want. But I'm really about how do I get that $8,000? You got to apply for it. Every city got to apply. And it depends on what for and whatever. It's all different every place. And that's why there's no one place. So If you're looking for $8,000 for rent, I say if you're not a member, we'd give you a report on this. If you're a member, if you're not a member, then go to 211.org or findhelp.org, and what you do is put in rent or housing or mortgage, whatever you're looking for, utilities, and you'll get a list of maybe 20 organizations. These are all nonprofit and government offices that help you with those problems. You call every one of them. See, so many people won't do that. They'll just want to go to their websites and find something. They won't understand it, and they'll assume it's not for them. You can't do that because it's too complicated for any of us to understand it who didn't write it. You got to call the people who wrote it and say, hey, can I use this in any way? They'll say yes or no. And if they say no, say, where else can I go that maybe I could use something like this? That's what you do. That's called research. There's no magic to that. It's being nice to people. It's asking what they have. Does it make sense for you to apply? And if they say no, say, where else can I get that? Or maybe get that. You don't need a positive, you need a maybe. Then you chase down the maybes. Life is full of maybes, not positive. If everybody was positive about that thing, then you wouldn't get up in the morning. But what experts do is try to make you believe they know positively what will work with you, for you. And that's absolute bullshit. We're all different. There's no way anybody will know. Look at all the people, the books they sell to get, diet books, right? And we get getting fatter. We spend billions and billions of dollars. They say, this is going to work, no problem, just read this book. That's crazy. Same way with investment and money and all that kind of stuff. Now it takes from inside you to do the work. If you're not where you do the work, you may get lucky and get hit by lightning and it'll work for you, and then that person becomes a commercial to tell everybody else how easy it is, and it probably won't be for you. So, and then if it's not easy, if it's not easy for you, then you give up if it's not easy and you don't do it. So that's the problem with telling you that it's easy. You're going to give up before you get it, and you can't do that because you have no idea how long it's going to take for you to get it, and neither do I, neither does anybody else. So anybody who says, here's a roadmap, do this, 1, 2, 3, and bim, bam, thank you, man, it's done. That is absolutely nonsense. I mean, I do those 1, 2, 3 things too, but they may or may not help, and that's the key. But you have to go through that process to find what will help for you. We're all different. We're all different creatures and human beings or whatever. You can't tell, a petunia to be a rose. That petunia is going to grow into a petunia no matter what the hell we do. I guess now they got ways to gerrymander this stuff, but anyway. So be kind to people, my friends, no matter what you do and how bad things are, because that you don't want to spread your anger. Spread your kindness. You have both, remember, most of the time. And that's letsgohelp.com. Take care.